I think there's so many fucking powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Oh, yeah.
Trials.
To ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
If you got a wild party and P. Diddy puts on that wild party and, he sets everybody up. Like if you were an intelligence agent, like a Jeffrey Epstein type deal, that'd be the way to do it. Big old crazy party, get everybody loose.
And get the cameras
Get them
rolling.
the yayo. Get them the yayo.
And everything else.
Get them everything you need. Get fired up. Get those cameras rolling. And now you got everybody under wraps. What a twisted web some folks weave. So like people that are elites, and that's their thing. Like their thing is to do something that is horrible, and it's not available to other people. So it's like, I think there's like a sickness that people have when they have power, like extreme power, and then what else can I do? What else can I do? What else is what else is taboo? What else is forbidden? Like all this Diddy shit that's coming out. Like
I was just gonna say, doesn't that sound topical?
Jesus Christ! The first day of the trial, did you pay attention to any of that stuff? I looked at it for like 10 minutes this morning, and I was like, I gotta stop. I can't look at this.
Well, what freaks me out is the people sitting in the courtroom listening to it.
Right.
And there's a wide spectrum of people that are getting subjected to it, and you just sit there and go.
Yeah, well, not only that, how about the fact that this guy was running this for decades? He was doing this for decades to who knows how many people, and everybody was scared to talk.
What if the Diddy story is only the beginning? For months, Hollywood has been consumed by allegations, lawsuits, federal investigations, and nonstop headlines surrounding Sean Diddy Combs. But now, two of entertainment's most outspoken voices, Joe Rogan and 50 Cent, are asking a question that has many people in Hollywood nervous. Who else knew? Who else was around? And could the fallout spread beyond Diddy himself? Tonight, we're separating fact from speculation, examining what Joe Rogan and 50 Cent have actually said, and exploring why some believe the biggest revelations may still be ahead.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News for the first time. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet. But it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof gerbil ball. It's inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs' limo driver who offered her a ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
JC comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the.
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where I was.
Joe Rogan has repeatedly questioned how powerful social circles operate behind closed doors. While Rogan has not publicly accused specific celebrities of crimes connected to Diddy, he has frequently argued that celebrity culture often protects influential figures for years before scandals finally emerge. That idea has become central to the public conversation surrounding Diddy, because for decades, Diddy wasn't just a music executive, he was one of the most connected people in entertainment.
To include true, but if they're true, you shouldn't have been in the room and you shouldn't have been participating. So I anticipate that we're going to start filing lawsuits, and it may not be big names at first, but we have a long list of names, and you might imagine when you name somebody in a lawsuit, the press is going to pick it up, and we're aware of that. So we're going to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's, and I expect that there will be some people named in these lawsuits that will raise some eyebrows.
Another instance.
No question remains.
To understand why so many people are talking about Hollywood connections, you first have to understand Diddy's influence. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, Diddy built an empire. Through Bad Boy Records, fashion ventures, television appearances, and business partnerships, he became one of the most recognizable figures in entertainment. His parties became legendary. Athletes, actors, models, rappers, executives, everyone wanted an invitation. And that is exactly why the current controversy has attracted so much attention. Not because every celebrity who attended an event is automatically guilty of wrongdoing, but because people are now re-examining decades of relationships through a completely different lens.
That documentary, and if 50 do another one, and I heard he's gonna put it on YouTube or do whatever he's gonna do, Puff ain't gonna have nothing to do with that. Puff ain't gonna have nothing to do to try to stop that because he can't. Because if he could stop it, it would have been stopped. You know why he can't stop it? Because Puff know people right there at Netflix. Don't think he don't. And I don't know if this guy still worked for them, but he was part of the flavor unit, Shakim. He was part of the flavor unit. He was good friends and he was cool with Puff and them. Flavor unit and them, Queen Latifah and them, they was cool with Puff. If Puff would have sent a cease and desist over there and they could do it and he had the power and they wasn't right, they would have been done it. You see it's still rolling, right? It's still going on, right? He ain't got that power no more. You understand? Now, could he sue them because they use his likeness or use them and stuff like that? I don't know. I'm not that versed in they using him. You understand? If they could steal your whole damn idea, your whole damn ideal, why can't they steal your whole damn intellectual?
No celebrity has been more vocal about Diddy than 50 Cent. Their rivalry goes back years. Long before the current legal troubles, 50 Cent frequently mocked Diddy online. At first, many fans viewed it as typical entertainment industry beef. But after multiple lawsuits and investigations became public, old comments suddenly received new attention. 50 Cent has repeatedly claimed that he intends to continue speaking on the story. He has also announced projects related to covering the allegations and controversies surrounding Diddy.
many horrific accusations, though, involving young singers, like children.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's insane.
He makes R. Kelly look like a decent guy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It is crazy. And meanwhile, the guy was like hanging out with Oprah, hanging out with Obama.
Jay-Z,
everybody.
I'm sure the Clintons were there at some point.
Maybe Bill.
One of the biggest questions emerging from the Diddy controversy is not whether Diddy will face scrutiny. It's whether the spotlight eventually shifts toward the broader entertainment industry. This is where Joe Rogan's comments resonate with many viewers. Rogan often argues that powerful industries tend to protect themselves. History has shown that major scandals rarely involve only one person. Whether it's politics, business, sports, or entertainment, investigations frequently reveal networks of relationships rather than isolated incidents. That doesn't mean everyone involved committed wrongdoing, but it does mean people start asking questions. Who knew what? When did they know it? And did anyone look the other way?
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nikki put that out there. That Nikki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Oh, man.
She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
So,
but that's not a diss. Meek likes being brought up in that song. I don't know why you lowering his thing. You think you're doing him a favor. He's very, very happy being mentioned, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
The internet has responded exactly as you might expect. Every old photograph, every interview, every party appearance, every celebrity connection has become the subject of intense online discussion. Some names trend for days. Others are mentioned in rumors that quickly spread across social media. But journalists and investigators face an important challenge. Being associated with someone is not evidence of criminal activity, and that's where the line between facts and speculation becomes critical. As public interest grows, many celebrities are finding themselves discussed online simply because they once moved within the same social circles.
Yet publicly about what's going on.
I think that this is, I'm always trying to look for the rainbow in the cloud, whatever is the silver lining. And this is what I do know for sure. When something this major happens, when you have the fallout, 50 women coming forward, that it's a watershed moment. And what I do believe is actually happening is that, first of all, it's triggering a lot of unreleased pain, repressed anger, guilt, and suffering that a lot of women have had. I happened to be on set with several actresses the other day, and we were filming some things, and they hadn't slept over a period of 2 or 3 days, and I was like, what is that? I said, oh, you guys are suffering from PTSD.
And when you start talking about it out loud, too,
everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. And so I think this is a watershed moment. We'll have lost this moment. I think this is a moment where no matter what business you work in, there have been women who not only had the disease to please, that's a part of it, but who felt that in order to keep my job, in order to keep my position, in order to keep moving forward, I've got to smile, I've got to look the other way, I got to pretend he didn't say that, I got to pretend he didn't touch me. I think those days are about to be over.
Are over. And if it happens to you, back in the day, you would say, sometimes you're not even aware what he just said wasn't really inappropriate.
I know you've had a couple moments.
Where you just think, what did he just say?
Yes, I remember Gail had a moment when she came and said to me what somebody said that was so inappropriate. I was like, oh my God, you can sue over that. But
no, and all I said was, what did you say? And then they repeated it.
Yes.
It's terrible. I just sat there typing with my 20-something-year-old son.
You didn't hear it.
Yes.
You pretend it's okay. You pretend you didn't.
No, it isn't. You're right, Jeff. Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
But a lot of women have been silenced, and I know.
But I do think it's going to change.
Being a victim of child sexual abuse, that when you feel like you cannot be heard, and then other people start speaking out, it makes you feel like, oh, now I can speak out too.
Yeah. So, and you've been speaking about it for a while.
Joe Rogan has frequently argued that public trust erodes when people believe powerful individuals receive special treatment. That perception is one reason the Diddy story has generated such enormous attention. Many people aren't just interested in one celebrity. They're interested in whether the entertainment industry operates differently behind closed doors than it appears in public. And regardless of where the investigations ultimately lead, that conversation isn't going away anytime soon. For now, the facts remain clear. Sean Combs faces significant legal challenges. Investigations and lawsuits have already changed the public perception of one of music's most influential figures. At the same time, speculation continues to swirl around Hollywood's broader culture of power, influence, and celebrity connections. Whether those questions lead anywhere remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the story is far from over, and as new developments emerge, the entire entertainment industry will continue watching closely.
What happens? Yeah, we got to just see how it plays out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm never going to stop being there for someone I consider to be a friend to me.
As you should.
I'm not going to turn my back, and it's like I've been scrutinized just by being a friend. I guess